This is strange, isn't it? Hello! So I got some one-liners for you. There you go. Some one-liners for you. One-liner comedian. I still do segues because it gives a natural, seamless flow to my set. But some people get confused and don't know what I'm on about a segue. Like, are you thinking like the vehicle kind? No, it's the conversational kind, spelled differently. S-E-G-U-E. Like, that's just so you know, just in case, because most of you haven't seen him before. Speaking of 4, commonly known as half of 8. Number segue, done. But if you really look at it, half of 8 is actually 3. Someone yelled at me, "Your days are numbered." I couldn't tell if I was being threatened or explained how a calendar worked. With the segues, people still get confused. I mean, I was thinking, do I have to get a dictionary and read out the definition on stage? I did buy one. I bought a pocket dictionary, but it was actually way too thick to fit in the pocket and didn't have the word segue even in it. £8.58, well spent. But it does have words in it. Word segue, done. So I'm learning Italian, to speak Italian. I'm doing an in-person course because all these online apps, these sites, DVDs weren't doing it for me. It was like I was being taught by a sat-nav, on your next left, turn Italian. And then at worst, it was like being taught by Stephen Hawking. No idea what you said, Steve. No idea. But the Italian thing, we had a little test, a little exam. Wasn't going so well. Could only think of the obvious things like pizza, pasta, mamma's ravioli. And then I really panicked. When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie, that's Ramore. I didn't pass, but that's alright. My friend's kid is learning the alphabet. Not very good at the moment, but I thought I'd test him anyway. I said, "Hey, what's the first letter of the alphabet?" He went, dunno. Because kids are stupid. Now, no, not all kids. Some of you probably have kids. Not all of them, but I was definitely one of the stupid ones. Here's an example. So a tidal wave, I just thought was a big wave. I didn't know it had anything to do with the tide. But that was because I was calling them tiger waves. Like, rah, tiger. But I know what you're thinking. Jake, you just misheard someone say it. And I agree with you. I'm a bit annoyed no one corrected me, but hey-ho. But the stupid thing about it was, I believe that if I threw rocks into the sea, it'll anger this tiger and he's the one who makes the waves big. Tiger's an animal. Animal segue, done. There was a pod of dolphins in a circle, with one in the middle. I think they're playing spin the bottle. Nice. Dean, have to say about the nose dolphin bit. You're right on board over there. Lovely jubbly. I have an irrational fear of birds because they peck my face in my dreams. That's why it's an irrational fear, because it's only in my dreams. Like, they've come down from the sky, they've hopped off from fences. The first dream I had, it was, I've just bought a red balloon at an auction, which was taking place in the back garden of the house we were then living in, and the auctioneer guy was Gordon Ramsay. True dream, true dream. Like, and with birdsong, I was thinking, like, they must have genres. Like, they must have, like, blues. What else I got? Heavy metal. Thing is, it all sounds the same. Even the most hardcore gangster rap about sex, drugs and crime would be... animals. So animals can be turned into food, as some of you have demonstrated tonight. Quite tasty. Food segue, done. So my mum was reading a cookbook, and she asked me, "What's the difference between bicarbonate powder and bicarbonate soda?" I went, "Well, one goes tss." Some of you saw a visual of that, so I'll blame that. Wendy was horrified when she came back to Neverland to find out that the Lost Boys had resorted to cannibalism. They'd made pancakes. The opposite of food is drink. Drink segue, done. So I brought us all a round of shots, and I came back and they called me a cheapskate. I said, that's a cheap shot. I said, yeah, exactly. I think one of the signs of being colourblind is when you come home from shopping and you bought red milk. Got red milk fans in here. I'm a green guy, me. If anyone buys red milk, I'm like, what you doing? Yeah. What else we got? Actually, I'm just going to check the time for the time segue. Done. I went back in time to medieval times, and I went up to the soldier at the gate, and I said, "On guard! On guard! On guard!" He said, "Yes, we are." That's normally only one soldier in that one, but I thought I'll do the on guard to each room, so there was a bunch of soldiers on that joke. Should have pluralised it earlier. Oh yeah, please. Another time I went to medieval times, I went up to this knight, I said, "Hey, nice catapult." He said, "It's a trebuchet." I went, "Oh, touché." He goes, "No, boucher. Trebuchet." I always get confused about when the clocks go back and stuff like that, but I'm always ready now. I always keep the receipts. We don't have time for stuff anymore, do we? We don't have time for the intro on Netflix. We don't have time for no next day delivery. We don't even have time to make our fives not look like S's. Anybody with me on this? I do it all the time. My fives look like S's. I'm just thinking, just draw two straight lines. 90 degrees, 70. I'll take 45, but I can't because it's 4S. Who had work today? Oh, unlucky, it was a weekend, unlucky for you. Some of you. Thank you for participating in the job segue. Done. I used to work at a crematorium. I got fired because I used to welcome the bereaved to the crematorium. Apparently that was inappropriate. I also used to work at a nursing home and had to report Doris for stealing. Turns out, like prison, snitches do get stitches. In this case, it was a cross-stitch. I hired a hitman recently, so I went on Yale.com, or the hitman equivalent, YaleandI'llKillYou.com, and I saw a review, bad guy. I thought, perfect, so I hired him, but he didn't kill the guy, he took him out for lunch as an apology. Turns out he was a bad guy.